Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to draw kiwi fruits. As you can see, we have two pieces of kiwi fruits. One is bigger as main object and another one is smaller. They are made in different semitones of green, and opposite to this calm green I use flamingo red as a background. And such bright and vivid reference looks very positive, and you can decorate with this picture your kitchen. And let's get started. Which materials we use today? I'm using white, flamingo red, also lemon yellow, green, and small amount of black. As for brushes, I'm going to use number 14 for the background, number 10 to do my kiwi fruits, and number 4 to do small tiny details like seeds, as well as usually water and napkins. And let's get started. I got my brush number 14, and first of all I wanted to do outline of my future kiwis, so kiwi fruits. I washed my brush and wiped it, and I touch a little bit flamingo red to do main pieces. One of them will be they are placed in opposite corners of my canvas. So the first one is the main kiwi fruit or main piece of kiwi fruit, so it will be over here. So I just do this outline using any round or oval lane or oval shape. The second piece of kiwi fruit will be in upper corner. It will be smaller. And also I just outlined kind of semicircular line. And then I start to do my background with brush number 14. I cover the space between these pieces of kiwi fruits, and I cover it with flamingo red. You can move your brush up to you chaotically or using crisscross movement of your brush. Please check if your brush enough wet. If not, just wet a little bit. How do you feel? I don't spread very properly. I also want, for me it's okay to have traces of paint visible, so I just do some crisscrossing strokes, just covering the main area between both pieces of kiwi fruits, something like here. So at this stage I don't need brush number 14, I wash it and take brush number 10. I'm going to do the peel. So I wet my brush number 10 and grab some green which I have in my palette, and I do this contouring using my brush number 10. I don't press too much, I just do this the main outline of the kiwi fruit. As you can see, sometimes my green overlaps with flamingo red, and kind of brown semi-color semitone arises. So it's also fine because we know that kiwi fruits have brown peel, so it's also fine. The same with the second piece. So my peel of my kiwi fruits, or outline of these kiwi fruits, are not so ideally round, so it's also fine because we know that naturally kiwi fruits are not so ideally round or spheric. The second step will be the flesh of kiwi fruits. So it will be also green, but lighter and softer. So I just grab some amount of green on the edge of my canvas and add some amount of yellow over here. And I get bright yellow semitone, but it's still quite greenish enough. So I wanted to add a little bit white. Also to have softer and milder variant of my green. So, and with this green I start to cover the inner part of kiwi fruit over here. But again, I don't color in everywhere. I just move from the peel to the middle part of the kiwi fruit. So, and as you can see, I don't color in the middle part. I leave it for a while because I'm going to add another layer or another semitone. So something like here. The next step, it will be also light green semitone, but I'm going to use more yellow in this mixture. So I'm mixing some amount of green and some amount of yellow. Proportionally, I add yellow more than first time. So, and I also add some strokes doing another portion of the flesh of the kiwi fruits. So, and again I move from this place, also doing a smooth transition to my first part. You can see that all these semitones have nice smooth transition and represent flesh of juicy flesh of kiwi fruits. So, and my inner part of the kiwi fruits will be almost white. So I just wash my brush number 10. And I'm going to add this white middle part. So I just grab my white and add a little bit over here in the middle, as well as here. Again, I wanted to have smooth transition between my greenish part. So, and I spread a little bit, I overlap with this white a little bit to the green. Something like here. And again, my brush goes from this white inner part a little bit, it goes to the greenish part also, and I just add some highlights because the flesh of kiwi fruits is very juicy and very nice and unequally in color, so you just can add some natural glance or natural juiciness to these kiwi fruits. So the main part is ready. Now it's time to do the seeds, and as you can see, we have kind of layers because ripe flesh of kiwi fruits or ripe kiwi fruits have almost translucent flesh, and the seeds can be seen when they are deep inside. So, and I wanted to show this with different semitones with the paint. So I take my brush number 4, wipe it, and I wanted to have very narrow edge of my brush. So using this edge, I'm gonna do kind of taking off strokes, very light, very gentle, and very tiny as possible. So, and I have light green. So I start with green. I touch this green with my brush. Probably I add a little bit water over here to have liquid green. So, and I wanted to have kind of stripes, greenish stripes, representing the flesh of our kiwi fruit. Just several stripes in green. Also the same over here. So as you can see, these stripes don't touch the peel. They start somewhere in the flesh, somewhere here. It's about 3 centimeters from the border, from the peel, and they also don't go directly to the center. No, they just finish nearby this central place or the middle of the fruit, something like here. So these green stripes will represent the deepest layers of the flesh. The second portion of the strokes will be in light green, so I'm going to do this with light green, which I mixed using green, yellow and white. So, and I add such light green stripes again. Sometimes they overlap my green stripes, sometimes not. I still want to have all these semitones visible, so I actually don't try to I don't want to color in these dark green stripes with lighter ones, but again they overlap sometimes. The second portion is also, the second part of the kiwi fruit is also done with these light green stripes. Something like here. So this layer, or this semitone, a light green semitone, represents another layer of the flesh, which is upper or higher. And again, the third one will be done with white. So I washed my brush, wiped it, and I wanted to do just white stripes, also using brush very lightly, gently, and I don't press on my canvas. I just do very light movement. Again, I still want to have tiny lines. Sometimes I have such, sometimes not, but yeah. So, and my green and light green stripes or strokes are also visible, so I don't color in everywhere with white. I just add some separate stripes or strokes. So as you can see, I have this inner part a little bit with green. I just cover it with extra layer of white because I want to have a very smooth transition between inner or central part with this part which represents flesh of the fruits. So the same here. So the flesh is ready, and next turn is to represent seeds. So as you can see, seeds can be deep inside the flesh, and also they can be placed on the surface, closer to the surface. So, and to represent this difference, I am going to use black. I grab small amount of black and put it on the side of my canvas, and I add some amount of green also over here to have kind of dark gray semitone. It is not sharp black, it's kind of gray or dark gray. And with this dark gray semitone, I wanted to show or to represent the seeds which are inside the flesh. So I just touch with edge of my brush, I touch this gray and do kind of dots. So I try to place these dots between my stripes, because yeah, they can be of different size. Actually, some are bigger, some are smaller. It doesn't matter. And the same with the smaller piece of kiwi fruit. Also, I represent some seeds using these dots. Not too much, just some of them. Again, some of them are sharper, some of them are almost invisible, not fuzzy and smaller. It's also fine to have, because smaller and fuzzier seeds, it means these seeds are deep inside the flesh of the kiwi fruit. So the next will be seeds which are in upper layers of kiwi fruit, so almost on the surface. I washed my brush and I grabbed just black, and I'm doing with the black the same dots, but they are, as you can see, they are brighter, sharper. It helps me, so the difference between sharp black and gray, dark gray, helps me to represent difference between these layers where the seeds are. Some of the seeds are closer to the surface, some are deep inside of the flesh. So I just put some black dots representing these seeds. Something like here. But it is not the final stage, so the final stage will be adding kind of highlights to our seeds. So I wash my brush number 4. I touch with this brush, I touch white, and I'm going to do kind of highlights on my black seeds. So I choose the seeds which are made of black, not gray, just black, and I add white dot somewhere on the side of this black dot. So I don't cover the whole seed with the white, no, I just add on the side. And this white helps me to show the light, because the flesh is juicy, wet, and glance on the light. So I can show this with my white. And you can see as the kiwi fruit flesh starts to shine or to glance. The same with the second part, the second piece of the kiwi fruit. So as I said, I add this white only to black dots, not gray. So the gray dots are inside the flesh, inside the pulp, so these seeds don't glance. They are inside, hidden by the layers of the pulp. So that's it. And what I can add, also I can add extra glands to my to kiwi fruits pulp. So again, I can use a little bit. So because my this variant is quite flat, I mean, it's quite difficult to represent volume over here. So, but I just try to represent kind of light. So I grab some amount of small amount of yellow and add just some strokes. I don't color in, I just add some strokes to represent this lighting or glancing. So in adding such strokes, you can, even they are yellowish or white, you just can represent this wet juicy surface of the kiwi fruit. So, and it is ready. Very easy and so vivid and nice and positive. I hope you enjoy the drawing today and have a nice day. Bye bye.